Hey ya pals, you're probably wondering where I've been. Haha. Well, let's just say, over the past few months, my life has been spiraling out of control, and now I'm back living with my parents. They moved me to the basement. I'm inhaling tons of mold. But I guess that's what happens when you're 22 and you still haven't figured your shit out, and you're a constant disappointment to your parents. But hey, it's not all that bad. Instead of sneaking over my parents' house at 1 AM to raid their fridge for food, now I raid their fridge all hours of the day. I feel like a kid again. Yup, nothing but Capri Suns and cookies all day, except now I'm constantly worried about the inevitability of death. So because of this feeling I'm currently feeling, I decided to review a children's movie, an animated one. Today, I'm reviewing Scamper the Penguin. Oh boy! Let's take a look at the box art. Look, you have Scamper over here, and you have Girl Scamper over there. You can tell because she's pink. And that's a color for girls only, not for boys. Boys can't be pink. That's a sin, and boys who like pink will rot in hell for all eternity. Oh look, a doggy! Scamper the Penguin, or The Adventures of Lolo the Penguin, as it's known outside of the US, was an animated film from 1987 to 1988. The production was a joint effort between Japan and the Soviet Union. A lot of details about the production of this film are kind of unclear, but it was producer Taiko Nishiguchi, am I saying that right? Who sought a co-production with Russian animation studio Soy Suzum. Alright, you know what, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. The project took roughly almost a decade to make and marks the first time Russia and Japan collaborated to make an animated film. The film was dubbed and redubbed a number of times in different countries. This is because the film was produced in two versions. You have the original version, which is the Lolo version, and then you have the American version, which is the Scamper version. For this review, I'll be checking out the American Scamper version, since this is the tape that I own. Alright, so let's pop this tape in. Oh boy, that's that is some music there. Oh boy, that's really bad. Oh, it's gonna get even worse from here. Oh boy, just wait and see. So if the opening credit sequence didn't scare you away, you get an establishing shot of Antarctica, which the story is going to be taking place in. You're also greeted with a narrator who's telling you what's going on, which fooled me into thinking that this was going to be educational, but it's not. They only use the narrator like a couple times throughout the movie. Once Gracie and the other female penguins have to leave to get food, Gilbert and the other male penguins have to stay to incubate the eggs and make sure they don't get taken away by what they say are seagulls, but they don't really look like seagulls. Eventually, all the other male penguins get hungry, and then they go to get food. So before they go, they ask Gilbert to watch everyone else's eggs, like that's a good idea. Also, they use the same shot of the penguins walking away as they did for the other penguins before them, so I think it goes without saying that you should be prepared for a lot of reused footage throughout the movie. So while those fuckers are gone, the birds do exactly what they were expected to do, and they go get the eggs, they go get them, and then another song ensues. Hooray, another song. The village is pretty much fucking empty at this point because they left one penguin in charge of everyone else's eggs, so clearly that wasn't going to turn out well. So understandably, the female penguins come back and they're pissed off at the fucking male penguins for not getting their shit together and taking care of the eggs. Except Gilbert and Gracie, because Gilbert manages to save 2 eggs. But unfortunately, one of those eggs isn't really his, so he decides to be honest and give one of those eggs away to a random family.
Perhaps one of these eggs belongs to you.
You really mean you saved one of our eggs? Look, dear, we can still have a baby chick.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you both very much.
There. I know it was a big sacrifice, but I'm sure they would be just as honest with us.
Would they? So later on, time passes and the remainder of the baby chicks are born, and now we get introduced to Scamper. And with a few minutes of him being born, we could already see him being a selfish little fuck. Then later, we get introduced to arguably the worst character in the movie, Snowflake. I fucking hate Snowflake because Snowflake is portrayed as unable to do anything for herself, and that she requires Scamper to give her courage. At the same time, I also feel sorry for her because she keeps getting herself involved in Scamper's adventures. She keeps like getting dragged into these situations, and that's really unfair for her. As the film progresses, you begin to see why that's such a big problem. A few days go by, and the adult penguins go to protect their village from seagulls. Before Gilbert leaves, he tells Scamper to stay in the goddamn nest. So then this old penguin named Mr. Feather approaches Scamper, and keep in mind, this is the first time we've been introduced to this character. He is a complete stranger. So Mr. Feather gives him this whole spiel about being young and being able to use his brain to explore new horizons. So what does Scamper do? He misinterprets that into meaning that he could go anywhere he wants to as long as he thinks about it hard enough. Yeah! And does Mr. Feather stop him? Does Mr. Feather say anything? No, he doesn't. He just lets him go. He just lets him go wherever he wants to. Moving on. So now we have to listen to another song in the movie, another montage of him traveling using his brain. And oh boy, this is my least favorite song. I hate it. I hate it a lot. So after climbing a hill, Scamper falls and knocks himself out. Now we get introduced to the dog character, Cowboy, who I actually think is the greatest character in the whole film. Cowboy reveals that there's humans coming to study the wildlife in Antarctica. That's when we meet the first human. Dude, the humans in this film are freaking horrifying. They're animated so weirdly, like all of them. They're so scary. Like, jeez. So after the human scientist returns Scamper home, a few days pass, and now all the penguin kids go to penguin school. So what do penguin kids learn in penguin school? Oh, you know, they learn how to not die, because everything literally kills you if you're a penguin. Everything. Don't trust anyone. Don't even trust other penguins. They'll probably kill you. They probably would. I don't know. Now don't let me catch you playing, because if you're playing, that means you're distracted, and being distracted means death. Being distracted means you die. If it breathes, it'll kill you. Except Tim over here. Tim's okay. He's okay with us. Oh no, I lied! So after the lessons, it's nap time. But Scamper decides that taking a nap is too boring. So he takes Snowflake to see Cowboy and the humans. And it's all fun and games until another fucking bird grabs him again and he falls in the snow and gets knocked out for a second time in the film. Whee! Scamper eventually gets cured by the human scientist who returns him and Snowflake to the village. Again. More time passes, again, and Scamper's thinking about wanting to fly. Wait, penguins can't fly? At this point, you realize that this film is nothing more than different circumstances that result in Scamper getting hurt or in trouble in some way without a cohesive story throughout it. Which on its own is annoying, but doesn't particularly make a good film at all. So anyways, Scamper tries to fly, this happens, and they die. No, I'm lying. So now they're stranded. Yay! I mean, oh no! And after a while, they really want food, but they can't get food because they're fucking losers. Oh great, here's another song. Later on, Scamper and Snowflake get attacked by a leopard seal, but then a killer whale comes out of nowhere and starts ruining everyone's shit. Now, this scene was supposed to be super dramatic and intense, but all I could really pay attention to was the fact that they kept using the same shot of the whale jumping into the ocean. Then after that, they get captured by sailors who put them away and then lock them in a cage. There they meet a macaroni penguin named... I kind of forgot his name, so I'm just gonna call him Eyebrows, I guess. Eyebrows tells them that they're gonna get sold to a zoo. They don't want that, so they hatch a plan to escape. Later, they do manage to escape because a storm broke loose and it managed to break a piece of broom near Scamper, who uses his smart penguin wits to get out of his cage. Once they do that, they go and get food, and that's when the sailors see him, and a chase scene ensues, and we gotta listen to some more of that great music.
We gotta get away, we gotta get away. We'll like it in the zoo, we gotta get away.
They manage to escape with the help of one of the guard dogs who seems to hate his fucking job, but he just does it for a living, I guess. It also seems like the dogs are like the only likable characters in this movie, at least to me. So after all that, all the action and drama and shenanigans that took place on the sailor ship, they return to their iceberg. So they're pretty much back where they started. Hooray! Oh, and get this, they also figured out how to swim during their time on the ship where they were caged and locked up. They figured out how to swim. Wow, good for them. So they use this new ability to go eat food, I guess, but they don't use it to swim home. But you know what they do? They do use to get home. They use a bunch of blue whales who show up and go, "Hey penguins, what's going on? You need a ride? I got you. Me and my other blue whale buddies, we got you. We're gonna bring you home." And they go home. But nope, that's not the end of the movie. We gotta put your good old buddy Xissx through more torture. So anyways, when they go home, guess what happens? The spooky sailor men, they weren't too far behind. So what happens is they come and they start stealing more of the chicks. And I'm thinking in my head, there's like less than 10 minutes left in the movie. How are you gonna wrap this up in less than 10 minutes? Oh, like that. So anyways, they're all dead. No, I mean, except the penguins, they're good though. They wanted to wrap this movie up as fast as they could, which is good because they want to wrap this review up as fast as possible. So they skip ahead, and they elect Scamper as the new leader of their village. Fucking Scamper, after all the trouble that he's caused. Oh, and you want to know what happened to their old leader, Gilbert, Scamper's father? Well, he died. Yeah, he got shot with a gun, but they don't tell you that in the Scamper version because it would be too brutal, I guess. So anyways, you want my opinion on this movie? It fucking blows. It really does. It's not a good time for anyone. I don't even think it's a good time for children, which is its intended audience. This is a ridiculously bad insult to film and media in general. I feel completely insulted watching this. And I feel like no parent should be giving this to their children because that's how bad of a film this is. And I hate how people will argue, oh, it's just a kid's film. Kids don't care. Kids don't care, right? They're too worried about what kind of fucking flavor their juice boxes are. But what kind of moral does this as a film teach its kids? Scamper, as a character, caused so much emotional and physical harm to others, and he didn't even care. And eventually, he was made the leader of his penguin tribe. That's completely ridiculous. Is the moral of the film to be a complete asshole and disregard the safety of yourself and others? I mean, it has to be, right? Because that's exactly what Scamper did. His name is in the title of the movie. The theme song itself boasts about how great he is. This movie is awful in every way. Now, this isn't the AVGN show or anything like that, and I don't usually do this to my tapes. I usually either hold on to them or return them, but I feel like this case is special. So, because I feel so obligated to protect people from this catastrophe of a movie, I think I'm gonna go take this out and smash it with a hammer. Well, see you guys next time.
There, I threw an egg at it. Freaking waste of an egg, that's what that is.
Hey guys, if you managed to make it this far into the video, I just wanted to say thank you so much. More videos are on their way, and if you like me or my content, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing to my channel. And if you want to support me even further and help progress my channel, please consider donating to my Ko-fi page. Once again, thank you so much and have a great day.